I'm never gonna financially recover from this. Well, maybe when we sell this house, I guess. Welcome back to the vlog. Today is the front yard transformation. Sorry, it's been a long week. Transformation video. So I'll pop up some pictures what this thing looked like before when we bought it 8.5 years ago now. It's a whole big thing. It was a pre-foreclosure short sale thing and wasn't pretty, but worked out for us. But the front yard was pretty basic. You'll see some trees and a little bit of grass. I think it took me like 2.5 minutes to mow it before. Now, substantially different and better, in my opinion. And as I mentioned in the backyard video, the original homeowner the last one before us, came by a couple weeks ago to pick up a package, and he didn't even recognize the place. So anyway, gonna mow the front yard though. We got some top dressing to do, I did some sand, and then we got an aeration to do as well. So here you go. It's only 87, but it feels like 187 with this humidity. Anyway, got that done. But as you saw, we took a ton of trees down. 4, 5, 6, I think, in the front. There were 2 or 3 that were diseased and one that was sick, and just became an issue. When we had all those trees removed about a year later, we put the sod in. The one large tree there in the middle, closest to the house, was still there. The contractor that did the sod for us told us that it wouldn't be an issue, but it was. Anyway, we did the sod, 6,000 square feet, about 13 pallets. Took them like a day and a half with like 4 guys out here. So 6 months goes by, the warranty's about to expire on the half that we ended up replacing. So 3,000-ish square feet came back, had to be replaced after we took that tree down for like another $2,500. So anyway, it's taken a lot of work obviously to get it to where it is now. That's emerald zoysia in the front. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels, especially when you get it aerated, which will be coming up here later in the video. There's a couple different ways that you can do that with core aeration or spike aeration. And what gets you that deep dark green color is the core aeration. And if you've been following along on Instagram or Snapchat, you've heard me talk about this for a long, long time, and I've probably done 5 or 10 videos on aeration somewhere back through the archives. But anyway, gonna have that done. I personally like to leave the cores on the turf so that they kind of work their way back in, but as long as we are aerating, and that's why, again, that deep dark rich color is there, but also you're introducing more oxygen and water and minerals and whatever fertilizers and stuff you end up putting down. This is not a good time for herbicides. This is not a good time for really anything pesticide. Like, this needs to be introduced, you're feeding the soil and at the root zone, right? So anyway, we're gonna do that, and then we're also gonna do a little bit of topsoil before they come and aerate. That way we get a couple of those sandy patches and bare patches kind of filled in with some organic matter. so that it'll fill in and grow in a little bit more, because right now it's a little spotty, where I had to do some sand leveling and stuff. So I'll show you that real quick. Okay, so we just cut it down to like half an inch or so. Here's a good area though in the shade right now to show you kind of the sand. There's a little bit of sand there, a little bit here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some organic material over this. So this is what you want to see right here. This is a runner. And you can kind of get an idea what it looks like there. So you got the little bit of green in there. And then this just runs along, and there's a couple in here. Another one here. You can actually take these, if you pull them out by the root, and then transplant them over to wherever you're having issues. Before we get into the soil though and the aeration, we gotta do this first. Watch this. I think the wife got those on Amazon, so I'm gonna attack them real quick with the watermelons. It's been a long spring, early summer, whatever it's been, ever since this whole quarantine thing started, so I need to remind my kids that I'm the fun dad. Anna, Dean, can you guys come out here real quick?
Where are you? Where are you? Daddy!
What?
Dad! Mommy ordered
Here,
them!
catch! No, catch! Why aren't they busting in there? Sienna! Where are you?
Stop. Okay, stop! Stop! Mommy ordered them! Oh my goodness! Stop! Okay!
Stop!
No, give me chance! Stop! Stop! Give me my Justin, stop!
Almost. The next day, and got some soil to put out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is black cow manure, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Nice, balanced, rich black manure, compost, soil, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna go over all of these little areas where there's just excess sand. It's been compacted now for like 30 days, and I'm not saying mechanically or manually, just I put water on it. So it's kind of slowly worked its way down to the lowest levels in the yard, but it's getting good. That one spot in the middle right there is probably gonna need a piece of sod or two. But anyway, here we go. We're gonna spread this out. When I bought this Audi, I made sure it had the automatic unloading, evidently. Oh, and now it's not even closed. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so this looks awesome, right? Good, nice and splotchy. So, like I said, the sand is down, kind of filling in all those little areas. So every little spot you see, like this is a really, really bad spot that got compacted a lot. And actually, you can't really see it right there anymore, but there's some deer tracks where they've been eating my roses. So anyway, so this is where we are now. Obviously the major spots are really filled in, around the little water meter there, around the sprinkler right there, the sprinkler valve right there. So anyway, what this topsoil is going to do though is add some organic matter so that it covers up the sand. This is exactly what golf courses do. They just use a mix. So like 70% sand, 30% topsoil, or reversed, kind of depending on your conditions. But let me see if I can move back here a little bit and you can kind of see. This is what it looked like 30 days ago or so. And now here's where we are. So it's getting there, but this is just one of those things that, like every other year or so, you have to do this just to keep it thriving, basically. And these roses were looking good until the deer came along. But anyway, so there you go. That's where we are now. Next is aeration. I hit the time lapse and set it up on the tripod, and it failed pretty miserably, but whatever. They are like just about done now. I just can't tell you how bummed I am that we didn't get this in time. So anyway, regardless, whatever. So this is a core. This is what the hollow time core pulls out. So you see, this is the top. This is a little bit of patch there, mostly sand, where we just leveled off this area here. But what you want to see is kind of how easily and how little force this takes. So that's really, really good. And this hole right here, pretty deep. Already got some sand in it though, but it's going up to about the second knuckle there. So about an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches. But that's ideal. That's what you want to see. We did a double pass, and if someone had hit the record button on time lapse, you'd see they went parallel and then perpendicular to the street. So two different machines, two different guys to double up the pattern. But I'm really, really happy about this. That rain really helped yesterday. Here's though what you can see the problem is this little bit of clay here that gets really, really compact, and that takes quite a bit of force, and obviously you can just squish it all together. But this is your dark, rich. So this is really what you want to see. This is why that like Humichar product, topsoil on top. I mean, this right here, that's like exactly what you want to see. It's a little more of that manure in there. So anyway, really happy though with how this turned out. So again, about a 2-inch core, give or take. And again, you can start to see where the clay, getting down deep into the clay. The deeper, the better. We're looking at the root zone so that we can do some super juice here. So can do that, right? Meow. So super juice down. I will come in here probably tomorrow, maybe even Monday, and do a granular fertilizer just to get down again deeper into the root zone. But really looking good. I do use a green dye to mark. It's just an indicator dye, so you can kind of see where you're actually spraying that stuff, and obviously to make sure the product is coming out. So anyway, but really happy with how this is looking so far. Probably won't cut it for about 2 weeks. I got it down to like half an inch, and probably in the last couple days it's grown, I don't know, another half an inch or so. So it'll probably get up to like 2 inches, and then we'll start working our way back down. But anyway, I want to let this kind of settle back in. Obviously for some of these spots like that one, to kind of fill back in, and certainly these over here. But you can kind of see the line right there where the sprinklers down there already ran. So this darker green will kind of wear off a little bit. But again, we're not dyeing the yard for color. We're dyeing it for a visual representation of where we've actually sprayed that stuff. And you can see even me, an ex-professional, not super uniform or perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but we shall see. Looks good though. It's getting there, and in 2 weeks it'll look really good. I'll try to do another video. I'm trying to figure out the time-lapse thing on the GoPro and how I can kind of work that out to show what the next 2 weeks look like, but we'll see. So anyway, that's the front yard. As always though, thank you guys so much for following the vlog here, and hopefully that was insightful. I didn't really talk too much about trees or plantings or anything else. We've done roses and azaleas and whatever else, but Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down here in the bottom in the comments there. And yeah, if you have any questions about products or chemicals or whatever I use to kind of get these types of results, hit me up. I'm happy to help. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.